you want to peek inside a 3-night stay on the Disney Wish cruise to the Bahamas, this is the video for you. You will get most of your questions answered in just 7 minutes. You guys ready? Let's go. Day 1, we head to the boat. It's excitement in the air, and Disney did not disappoint. When we arrived, we walked into the beautiful lobby where Tiana and the prince were waving to us. The kids were given wands at no additional cost, and we were ready to explore the ship. Now, the top floor was the spot. This is where they had shows, movies, swimming, and a lot of food places. Kids were already swimming when we got there. So if you want to go swimming, be sure to bring your swimsuit with you because it did take a couple hours before we received our luggage to the room. Now, everything on the boat is all inclusive. You get unlimited food and drinks, except for specialty drinks and alcohol and special treats. You do have to pay for those. Now, they had delicious tacos, pizza, hot dogs, chicken tenders, and burgers, and it was even a buffet on the other side. The kids' favorite was the unlimited ice cream. They even had banana and strawberry flavors, which was really good. One thing I really liked is how often they made it possible to wash our hands. At lunch, the buffet, dinner, they were really intentional about us keeping our hands clean. Our rooms were super cute and compact. To get your keys, you just go to your assigned room and they're right on the door. Each person has their own keys, including the kids, with their names on it. So if you ever leave the ship during a destination, you have to make sure everyone has their key in order to leave the ship. Ask me how I know. So we stayed in a standard stateroom, and because we had a family of 5, we had to book 2 rooms. But they were joined together, so it worked out really good for our family of 5, and the kids loved having their own room. The bathrooms were compact, but it had everything we needed. It was a tub shower combo, and I was impressed with the hot water. I love a good hot shower. And just so you know who I was dealing with on this trip, we had my 3-year-old Miles, 6-year-old Skylar, and my 8-year-old Brian, and my other big kid, the love of my life, my husband Brian. So after we got settled, we went to the kids' crew open house so we could get a good idea of what our kids would be doing when we drop them off later. And let's say they've made it a kid's paradise where they never want to leave, or so we thought, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. The bathrooms were the cutest and every room was themed. This room was Star Wars and even I wanted to stay. After this, we had a mandatory drill that everyone had to attend before we set sail. It was about a 30-minute process, but it didn't seem long. And after this, my little one and I were exhausted. So we took a nap, but my husband and the other 2 were up for more. So they went to watch the set sail party and they loved it. After the party, my husband took my son to the gym to play basketball, and it was one of the nicest gyms I've ever seen. And after I woke up around 5:30, we had a late lunch and went to catch the Goofy show, and it was really good. Each night they have a main show. And then it was time for dinner. So you can choose a dinner time of either 6 or 8 p.m. We chose 8. And even though 8 is normally really late for us, this worked out really well, and you're gonna see why later. And just so you know, you can wear what you want. It doesn't really matter. Each night is themed, but you can flow with honesty with whatever you want. Dinner was excellent. We were in Arendelle, and I'm a big Frozen fan, and it was an amazing experience. We met up with our friends each night for dinner and just had the best time. We ended the night dancing in the lobby, and by this time, I was toast. Day 2, we had breakfast at the buffet, which had something for everyone, and then it was off to the Bahamas. We went to Atlantis for the day, booked through Disney. They provided transportation to and from, and it was beautiful. Now, Atlantis, it's not your typical water park. It was more peaceful and a resort type of feel. It didn't have things like wave pools, but it did have an awesome rapid river that even gave you a white water rafting experience on a tube. This was by far my favorite. So we were there for most of the day, and although Atlantis was great, it definitely was a one-time experience for us. So when we got back to the boat, we tried the kids' crew, and this is awesome. So you can drop your kids off anytime, and when the kids are ready to leave, they let one of the many staff members know, and they message us through an app to come pick them up. It's very secure. My husband and I were so happy when we dropped the kids off just to get some alone time.
5 minutes later.
We got a message our little one was ready to go. So much for some good alone time, but it's still nice to be wanted, and I'll take this while I can. So we hung out for a while, picked the kids up from kids crew, took a nap, and got ready for dinner. Now we had dinner at 1923 restaurant. This dinner was more relaxed and fancy. The theme this night was pirates, and everyone was given a bandana. After dinner, they had a show and fireworks, and it was a day to remember. Day 3 was my favorite. Nothing scheduled, just going to the beach at Disney's Castaway Cay Island in the Bahamas. It was like they brought the ship to land. All the food was included and drinks, except specialty drinks. Now I enjoyed what my friend called taking a pause and just enjoying one another and enjoying God's beautiful creation. After being at the beach all day, we went to the ship to swim some more. The kids could not get enough. We missed that night's show again because the kids wanted to stay in the pool. And this is why I'm so glad we didn't have dinner scheduled at 6, because we would have had to stop the fun just to go eat, and they weren't even hungry. We had dinner at the World of Marvel, and it was such a cool experience. The food was great, we loved our servers, and Spider-Man stopped by. After dinner, we caught one more show, and it was around 10:30, and it didn't even feel like it. Now listen to this, because this is a hack. During the whole time, there were extremely long lines to take pictures with Disney characters. But the last night, all the characters came out, and the lines were so short, and you got to spend more time with characters. I love how long my Sky Pie hugged Moana. It was the cutest. So if you don't want to wait in long lines like me, wait until the last day to catch them all at night. Overall, this was a great trip. 3 days was just enough. We had breakfast next morning and it was time to go, and they definitely were not happy. It took about 30 minutes to get off the ship and go through customs. And one quick note, this is something I didn't know. It's actually cheaper in some cases to rent a car than it is to take a shuttle or Uber. Who would have thought? Try the math. Now, I love to see who sticks around to the end of my videos. So if you're still here, comment below your favorite Disney movie so I can see who stayed until the end. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're looking for your next family trip, definitely consider adding Legoland to your list, and watch this video to see why.